Okay, we are right on cue. Welcome, everybody. I'm happy to have everybody on board. Just turning up the volume, make sure all the settings are good. Welcome aboard. Just gonna help, just gonna wait a little bit, make sure that some more people jump on. The more people, the merrier, of course. Let's see who jumps on. We have one person jumped on, that's good. Let's see who else. My gallery sent you likes. Okay, thank you very, very much. I see we're getting some likes. I'm humble. I'm grateful that everybody is jumping on board and we are starting to interact. Okay, so the topic for today will be our thoughts create our world. So I'm going to give you a little heads up on the topic, and then after that we can have some questions and some answers, of course, like I normally would like to do. And of course I'm having my tea right now, like usual at this time. All right, so as I was saying, our thoughts create our world. Now, what does this mean exactly? This means exactly what it sounds like. So when we have a thought, okay, and generally speaking, our thoughts are not even ours. They just float around and we pick them up, right? But this is the trick here. When we pick up a thought and we hold on to this thought, we give it energy, we give it emotion, depending on the thought, and as a result, we create our world around us. Okay? So everything you see right here, right now, in this material world was a thought before it became what it is right now. Okay? So this is key for manifesting. Okay? A lot of you have requested some information on manifesting and manifestation. And although there's not one shoe fits all, there's a lot of different ways of manifesting. Okay? But one of the main ways you do manifest is by just simply picturing something in your mind, whatever it might be, which in this form it would be a thought. Okay? And then you would just, throughout the day, just focus. You don't have to focus hard on it. You just focus slightly on it. By focusing, you just give it attention. You don't have to focus on the outcome. You don't have to focus on anything. You just, let's say you want a new car. Example, right? You just picture that car in your mind, okay? And you visually see it. And then you emotionally feel it. And the more you see it, the more you think about it, it becomes your reality. It really, really does. Okay, so I want to know what your thoughts are on this, and if you have any other ways of manifesting, please let me know. But again, like I've said before, everything has already been created. Okay, everything out there is being created. You don't need to create anything, really. All you need to do is pick up the thought, and when you feed it enough energy and enough emotion, you actually bring the non-physical into the physical. Because at the end of the day, what it's all about, it's about bringing spirit to this physical world. Okay? This is what we are. We are all multidimensional beings, and we bring our spirit, or who we really are, into this physical world, into this physical experience, because we just wanted to experience it in a different way. Okay? So we bring what has already been created and we bring it here on the material world. It is as simple as this. Okay? Why? Because we like to enjoy things. We like to feel what it feels like when we are behind the wheel of this nice, beautiful automobile. We like to feel what it's like to hold the hand of our loved one, of our ideal partner. We like to feel what it's like to hold our baby in our hand. We like to feel what it's like to walk into that brand new home and just smell it, literally, and just open the door and just walk right through it and just feel the breeze, the light, and everything else that comes with it, because this is who we really are. We are beings of love and light, and we are here just to experience everything that has been created in a different and a material world. That's all it is. And on that note, since I have a few people here on board, I just wanted to give you a quick note. If you would like to subscribe to this page right here, please do so. You only have the opportunity to subscribe when I am doing these lives. And the perks for this, of course, is because you would know my schedule, when I'm going to be doing lives, number one, and number two, you are also going to be able to freely communicate with me as we are right now, because more people are jumping on board, and I can't really respond to everybody, right? So a subscription would be beneficial. So let's see who's here. Let's see what questions and answers we have. Okay. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well, my friend. How are you? This is Gio, I believe. I'm doing well. Okay, where is everybody connecting? It'd be nice to know. Konstantinos is here. Hello, hello, my friend. I don't know if you're connecting from what part of the world, but welcome. Everybody is welcome. I'm glad to have everybody on board here. Hello to you too. Okay, this is a great one. I haven't been asked this. Konstantinos is asking, what is your opinion about the Silva method of manifestation? So this is actually phenomenal. The Silva method of manifestation I had heard about years ago, actually. It's nothing new. And for whatever reason, it got stuck in my mind. And I do know a little bit about it. So I do know that it has to do a lot with feeling, again, and playing around with your eyes. I don't know exactly how it works, but I believe like you look up, you look left, you look up, down, whatever the scenario and the instructions are. But in the Silva method of manifestation, what you are actually doing, which is the important part, you are tricking your subconscious mind. That's all it is. It's a tool for your subconscious mind to reprogram itself. And when it comes down in terms of reprogramming your subconscious mind, it is a powerful tool, a powerful method. And it works because they've done studies on this, on how to fool your mind. And it's actually key if you're trying to break free from some roadblocks that you have in your life and all that. So it's a very, very good method, and I really like it. And if you have a book on the Silva method, please, by all means, try it out and see how it works for you. It's a great method. Kenny jumped on board. Okay, when did you become aware of these things you know? That's a very good question. So my awareness was not just sudden. It became over a certain amount of time, a lengthy time, I should say. And then, just like everybody else, you know, sometimes you just got to reach a very low place in your life, like an emotional place for me it would be, right? And then suddenly, one day you just start, you know, having these downloads and this information and these feelings and these visions. So for me, it was a gradual and long development, but now like I just keep getting these downloads pretty much nonstop, and I'm at a point where I have to shut them down once in a while, right? And it's not that hard to do. You just got to mentally prepare yourself to shut it down, because it's just too much information sometimes. But thank you for asking. It's great. All right, who else is here? Canada. Hello from Canada. Okay. Hello from BC. Nice to see you. Hello, my friends. Nice to see you here too. Just Jay says Earth. I love your sense of humor. Yes, we are all from Earth, at least right here, right now. And it's very nice to connect with everybody, for sure. Canada. Okay, nice to hear from Ireland. Fantastic. Um, from Florida, we have Florida here. We have everybody here. Okay, so like I was saying before, again, about our thoughts create our reality and our world. It is very, very important to realize that when we just have random thoughts, without us even realizing it, they take control of our lives. Okay, and what happens? They guide us in directions that we necessarily don't want to go. Okay, so that's why it's very, very important, as I've been saying many, many times before, to be aware of your thoughts. Okay, and to be aware of your emotions. And the reason for that is simply because the minute you become aware of your thoughts, then you can also become aware on how to manifest certain things in your life. Okay, so thank you very much. I am from Greece. There you go. Thank you, my friend Costadino. I was born in Greece. So what is the best thing that you've manifested that surprised yourself? This is a very, very wonderful question. So the thing is this, that I don't really consider anything in my life as being the best, because I just simply appreciate and love, and I am grateful for everything that I have in my life, actually. So I don't particularly put one thing over the other. Why? Because simply the minute you start picking things or choosing things, then you kind of underestimate, and you kind of or for me at least, I kind of feel then ungrateful for the other stuff that I have, right? So there's not one particular thing, but thank you for the question. I keep manifesting things right, left, and center just because they just simply appear to me. Okay, Buffalo's here, New York. Awesome. Where are you from? I'm right at the border, actually, with Detroit and Windsor. I'm in Canada. So you being in Buffalo, you are on the other side with Niagara Falls and all them. Nice to have you here. Just Jay, exactly, Vancouver Island. So she decided to actually tell us where she's from. Of course, Vancouver Island is on planet Earth. Thank you very, very much for that. She always makes me smile in one way or another. What else do we have here? Australia's here, Nova Scotia's here. You guys are awesome. Scotland's here. Okay, thanks for all that you have told. Thank you very much. Sometimes when if I don't get all your questions, don't take it personal. It's just like I zoom right through questions sometimes because I have quite a few of them, and that's why, like I was saying earlier, if it would be beneficial for all of us, the subscription that I'm talking about, just because it would be easier for me to communicate with whoever has subscribed in the future. Okay, so what else do we have here? I used to be addicted to the hockey pokey, but then I turned myself around. Awesome. Addiction actually is, again, it's one of those things that I was saying about thoughts. It all comes down to thoughts, okay? When we have a particular thought and a particular emotion in our brain or in our mind, and we let it take over, that's all an addiction really is. And I know you're going to tell me there's other components to it, like chemical components and all that, but it really comes down to your thoughts, okay? Because when you have control over your thoughts, and the way you control them is just by simply being aware of them, and by simply not giving into every single thought that comes into your mind, then you can start manifesting and creating what you really want, because like I said before, you just focus. And when I say focus, all you got to do is just look at it, right? Simply, let's say you want a car, like I said earlier, you just focus on the car, you focus exactly what you want, and By focusing on it, you're giving it energy, and you are bringing it from the non-physical to the physical. And what I mean by the non-physical, maybe this car hasn't even been built yet. That's what I'm saying about the non-physical, okay? So maybe this car wasn't built. Thank you very much, Wessa. You are such a great soul. Really, really love you guys. You guys are just wonderful. She's a wonderful person, and just remarkable. You guys are just remarkable. I love you all. So I wanted to know if anybody else has a different technique for manifesting, what really works for you. Hello from Holland. Love your videos. Very interesting. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. All you guys are just wonderful. Your likes and your comments and everything else is wonderful. Really, really appreciate you all. Really, really love having you all here. I think it's going to be maybe Monday next week. We're going to do like maybe a live meditation as well. A guided meditation. I've been having some requests for that for one reason or another. Some people just love to do that as well, which is another key component for manifestation as well. Okay, because when you meditate, you also take control of your thoughts. You are also in charge of what's going on in your brain, in your mind, right? And you can just bring the non-physical into the physical again. Okay. All right, let's see any other questions here. How do you get... Okay, so how do I get fear out of my life? I don't know where it came from. Okay, so this is something that I'm not usually asked about fear, but I will tell you something. Fear is not your natural state. Your natural state is a state of love. Your natural state is a state of compassion and all the other positive aspects, appreciation, gratitude, and all that, right? Fear has no place because that's not who you are. So the way you eliminate fear is by simply not giving it any power. How do you do that? You do that by being fully present and aware of the present moment. Okay? The minute you start realizing that you are an incredible and beautiful being of love and light, fear will automatically just disappear in your life. So obviously something happened, maybe some kind of a trauma happened to you when you were younger or something like that, or you just suddenly developed this fear. But my recommendation to you would be not to pay attention to it at all. And if you are afraid of something, I would actually tell you to challenge it. Flat on, like what's going to happen to you? Nothing will really happen to you. Okay? And besides, who you really are, nothing can hurt you to begin with. So fear is not your natural state. So becoming aware of who you really are, aware of your emotions, and aware of, like you're already aware of the fear itself. So don't pay attention to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't pay attention to it, and you're not going to feed it any energy. It will disappear on its own. Guaranteed. Thank you very much, guys. False evidence appearing. Real fear. Okay, so a lot of people have different fears, my friend. Different fears from a lot of different situations that have happened to in their lives. Okay, most of the fears, like I've said before, are either through trauma or something that happened to you even as a kid. Maybe sometimes you don't even remember what happened. It could be like a fear that you develop subconsciously, right? But like I said before, whatever fear you have, just meet it dead on. It will disappear because you will realize at that moment that it has no power over you. Okay. Thank you. I did okay. I'm going to try it. I'm happy that you're going to try it. Please do it. See how it works out for you. Again, I'm going to emphasize over and over and over again that our thoughts create our world, okay? Fear or anything else is an emotion, yes, but it's tied to a certain thought, okay? And when you are focused on that thought or that emotion, you are bringing it into this physical realm. So if it is something that you do not want to bring into this physical realm, then simply don't pay attention to it. Just let it go, okay? I know it's easier said than done, but the more you practice, the better you will become at it. It is as simple as that, okay? Love you guys. So if you think that somebody can be helped by this live that we're doing right now, please feel free. You can share it. You can subscribe, like I said, because this is your only opportunity to subscribe when I go live. Actually, because when I'm not going live, you don't have the opportunity. There's no option there for anybody to subscribe. So if that's an option for you, then go right ahead. Okay. I know I have PTSD. Okay, anxiety, panic disorder, and been through fear. Absolutely, those are real. They are real, for sure. Hello, my friend. Hi, Zach Zeus. That's awesome. You're wonderful. We have some positive comments here. Yes, it is easier said than done, obviously. Like I've said before. Very interesting. Yes, it is easier said than done, for sure. And the reason why it's easier said than done is because, like I've said, we've been accustomed to be, in a way, like programmed as well, right? We have been programmed from a very young age, and it would be difficult just to snap out of it. That's why it's a process. So you can do it though through meditation. You can do it through understanding who you are. You can do it through connecting with yourself. How do you do it? By being silent, okay, and by being by going to a quiet place and being silent simultaneously yourself, and being aware that you are aware, okay? You connect with who you are, and everything else, trust me, will just disappear on its own. The fear will go away and everything else that goes with it, because once you understand what kind of a being you are going to realize that the physical body you're in is just a tool for you to explore this world. It really is. And nothing can hurt you to the core. Alberta's here. That is awesome. Is there any way to strengthen our auras? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Is there any way to strengthen our auras to protect or to attract something beneficial? There's absolutely multiple ways you can strengthen your auras. Again, it comes down to where you put your focus and your attention on grows, right? So in the case of auras, you would simply put your attention around the head area. But having said this, your aura doesn't just come from your head, it comes throughout your whole body. It's your energetic field, that's all it is, okay? And even though it's more visible for most people when they look at somebody directly, in the head, it is all over you. So the way you actually increase it is by simply focusing on your inner body energy. Okay, how do you do that? You can focus either by feeling it internally through your heart center, and you just follow the pulse and just let it expand, and it expands throughout your whole body. That's one beautiful way that you can increase your aura as well, because it's just about energy. That's all it is. It is indeed. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the live. That's Kimmy. Okay, UV says, I'm a strong man, but it's strange. I really have fear for dark. I don't know why. That's crazy. Okay, so don't beat yourself up because you're afraid of something. Obviously, okay. The first step, you've already done it, UV. The first step, you're already there. Your acknowledgement, your awareness that you are afraid of dark is the first step to it. Now, the reason that you are afraid of dark, that's a whole different ballgame. Okay, maybe you were left in a dark room when you were a child, and maybe you don't remember it. But having said this, your subconscious mind has recorded everything about your life to a complete T. It's better than a computer. So there's a record of everything you've done in your life. So the way I would do it to overcome that fear, I would simply go, not necessarily maybe into a dark room, but I would just maybe dim the light a little bit, go in the room and start adjusting myself slowly. The next day I would go to the same room with the light even dimmer and until you start becoming comfortable with it. And then at the end of the day, or one day, you can just totally turn off the light and walk into that room, and you'd be surprised that your fear would be gone. There's multiple ways of doing it, actually. Thank you, and thank you for the rose. What else do we have here? Dale says, is it the room when first coming into the light, when first moving forward to have brain overload? Oh, is it normal? Sorry. Is it normal when first coming into the light, when it's first moving forward to have brain overload? Yes, it is normal, actually. You can have brain overload. And if you were watching earlier, I was speaking about the downloads that I receive as well. That's one form. I also receive visions, that's a different form, and emotions as well when I enter different places, right? So there is such a thing as brain overload, believe it or not. When you have connected with source, or when you have connected with your higher being, or your inner being, whatever you want to call it, whatever is comfortable for you, you can have like a brain overload. Is it going to hurt you? No, it won't. It's just too much information. Maybe at that particular moment, you don't really need all that information. So at some point, you need to know how to break off from it, at least temporarily. And that's where I'm at as well. And that's why I know exactly what you're talking about when you're saying overload. Yes, definitely, you can have overload. Thank you for the rose. Does alcohol affect? Absolutely. Alcohol affects the way you think. It paralyzes part of your brain, believe it or not. And while your state of well-being, quote unquote, gets heightened temporarily, it's just a temporary fix. And it's a fix that doesn't last, okay? And I'm sure anybody that has had alcohol, to extremes of course, understands what I'm talking about. So while it's okay to drink alcohol on occasion, I wouldn't make it a habit, that's for sure, especially if you're trying to find yourself. Okay, alcohol is not the answer to find yourself, that's for sure. Great question, thank you. What else do we have? Share the live, I love that. Okay, I feel better than ever, just at times it's like I'm absorbing others' thoughts, or just too many. Is it normal? It is very, very normal. So we are beings that, believe it or not, communicate with one another, even telepathically. Telepathy does exist. And I can tell you that when you enter a room, or you enter a place, and sometimes you don't even need to enter a room, you can definitely absorb other people's thoughts. You can definitely absorb other people's even emotional state. It's kind of, like when you walk into a room where there was a fight, or a brawl or something, right? And you just enter that room, you automatically feel that negativity. You can almost feel exactly their emotional state, and you can actually even pick up on their thoughts. So yes, it's very, very real. And some people are more in tune with that than others, but hey, everybody can do it. Hello to you too, my favorite, thank you. Okay, so can you explain to me why sometimes I don't hear and see into the spirit, but I can communicate with it? Yes, so sometimes, depending on our state of mind, and sometimes depending on how spirit wants to communicate with you, because it works both ways. One is spirit wants to communicate, and the other way is for you to be willing to allow it to communicate, because nothing happens without your permission, of course. So in this case, sometimes you can see spirit and sometimes you can't. So it depends. Maybe the reason, not maybe, but the reason is because when one happens over the other, it's because you're both not in sync at that particular moment. So one is doing one thing, the other one is doing something different at that particular moment. When you are in sync, you can see and hear spirit. It's amazing. Good day to you too, my friend. Thank you so much. Thought I was losing it. No, you are not losing it. You are definitely not losing it. Sorry, I'm smiling because I know exactly what it feels like. That's why I'm smiling and laughing at this, because not laughing, but I'm having fun with it. You are not losing it, believe me. It is very, very normal to feel and to hear what you are hearing and what you are feeling. Okay, and don't ever put yourself down. Believe me. Why? Because you are an incredible being, and that's one thing. Like, we need to learn how to trust more in our abilities, capabilities, and ourselves, right? You are not losing it, my friend, at all. So for tonight, I think I have another goal for a few more subscribers. I am taking on subscribers onto the page. TikTok opened up subscription to me for whatever reason, and it's beneficial for multiple reasons. One reason is because when I do lives, I'm going to be communicating in the future with people that have subscribed, because just too many people on board a lot of times. Number one. Number two, you will know my schedule, and there's other multiple perks as well that are happening for subscription. But the key is, in order for you to subscribe, you can only do it while I am live, because when I'm not live, you do not have that option. So if you feel that a subscription is good for you, by all means, go right ahead. All right, let's see what else do we have here. Okay, sending love your way, my friend. You're so awesome. All right, you know what? I am truly, truly humbled, and I can tell you something, that you are awesome as well, my friend. Okay, you are very, very awesome, and everybody here is awesome, because we all have something special in us to share. We all have a beautiful quality about us that maybe we're not aware of it yet, but the world needs to know about it. So everybody is unique, everybody is awesome, everybody is special. But I love your comment. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Empathy, yes, my friend, absolutely. Francis, thank you for that. Love it. Being an empath is hard at times. Yes, being an empath is very hard. I do understand that, because you just simply pick up on the feelings and emotions and everything else that everybody's feeling. And the trick here, the key here, is to learn how to shut it off, which you really can't, but you can at least diminish the effects that it has on you. I have seen spirit, I have seen objects fly in the air. 1000%. I totally, totally agree with you. It's not something crazy these days. It's something that is, believe it or not, is happening more and more and more to more people, because more and more people are becoming aware of who they really are, and they are becoming awakened, if you can use that term. Okay. And what happens, the more aware you become of yourself, things like this will happen more often, because all of a sudden you realize that this is not the only reality, this is not the only dimension. And as a matter of fact, even right here as we are sitting, even in any room you are, even our eyes are only capable of seeing a very small percentage of what is really happening around the room. Why? Because they are just designed like that. Okay, our eyes are designed only to hold, like, I don't know what the number is, don't quote me, but maybe 5%, 7% of what is happening around us. So can you imagine what our eyes don't see? And it is totally around us, right? Does that mean that it doesn't exist? Of course not. It's there. We just are not accustomed to seeing it. But having said this, some other people like yourself, for example, can see a little more. And that's why you see all these objects and spirits flying around. So you are not losing it either. Okay, this is a good one. Just Jay, when I hear my name called in my mind, I shut that down right away, as it scares the heck out of me. Okay, so Just Jay, if you don't feel comfortable about it, then that's okay. You don't have to respond just because you hear your name, right? Would I explore it? If I were you, definitely I would. How would I explore it? First of all, I would see if I can ease my fear towards it, okay, in one way or another. But just because you have your name, being called out to you, doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative thing, okay? And sometimes it's worth exploring, because you never know what might come out of it. You might have a calling that you're not aware of right now. Okay, Kimmy, thank you for sharing. No, you're more welcome. You're more than welcome. I'm going to be lucky today. Awesome, Francis. That's the way I love hearing you talk, actually, because when you just put this out in the world, in the atmosphere, you just brought that thought from the non-physical and you just made it physical just by even typing this right here on the screen. Yes, when you write something like this, I am going to be lucky today, it is beautiful, it's magical. Okay, you just brought the non-physical into the physical, and you will be lucky, believe me. Thank you, Francis. Francis, you are amazing. Konstantinos, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. You are more than welcome, Konstantinos. Like I said, we all have something to share. We are all wonderful beings of love and light. And not one person on this planet is identical to somebody else. Therefore, even if you have identical twins, they're not. Everybody has something unique to offer. And you as well, Konstantinos, has something to offer. You just got to find out what it is if you haven't already. Okay? Okay, how do you subscribe to the live? When you're on, please elaborate, because I'm in. Okay, so the way subscription works, how you subscribe, when I'm doing this live right now, there should be a little button at the top where it says subscribe. So you would have to hit on that, as far as I know, and then it will guide you through. The only option you have is when I'm doing a live right now. Otherwise, when the live is over, that option disappears. You can't just go to my page and subscribe. So for those of you that do want to subscribe, thank you for that question, by the way. Okay, you just go to the top, I believe, on your left-hand corner. There should be a little button there where it says subscribe. I can't see on my end, that's why I'm saying, but on your end, it should be on the left or on the top corner there somewhere where it says subscribe. You can hit that and it will guide you through. Okay. Me as well, only recently though. Yep, that's all good. Just Jay. Okay, I'll brave up. Yeah, you know what? Um, it's amazing when you realize that who you really are can't ever be hurt. Okay? When you realize what kind of power you really have, then you're going to realize that there's nothing for you to be afraid of. You know what? Who's to say that it's not your higher being or your higher self or another version of you calling out your name that wants to teach you something right here, right now? You never know, right? Unless you really try. We automatically think that something is out there to hurt us because we were just brought up like that. But in reality, there's a lot of love and light, and from the other side, I'm talking about right now as well. Okay, and there's nothing really to be afraid of. So to brave up, that's great. All the best. Let me know how it worked out for you. And I'm not being, you just make me smile. I love your questions and your comments. They're so amazing. For all awesome love people here, this is new to me to feel like never before. I can, you can. Okay, thank you for the beautiful comment, Dale. God bless you on your enlightenment. You guys are so wonderful. Like I've said before, I don't, those are words that, yes, have meaning, absolutely, but at the same time, everybody can do it. When you realize who you are, everybody can become enlightened. Everybody can become, what do you call it, awakened, if you want to use that term. And there's no magic to it. You just need to connect with who you are. I'm drinking my tea here. I love it. I normally have tea around this time. And Constantinos is saying, 2 times in my life, I heard whispers in my sleep. Paralysis, okay, calling my name to go to them. Wow. So that's actually an amazing story. I know you being Greek. I'm also, I was born in Greece. I was born in Athens myself. And I know we used to have this thing called mora, okay, in Greek, which in this case, this is exactly what would happen. You would lay down on your bed, if this is when it's happening, right? And you would get paralyzed for one reason or another, right? And I know it can be a very, very terrifying experience, Constantino. But the beautiful thing is that no matter what happens at that particular moment, it's in your power to break away. Okay, it's in your power just to get up and move. It is in your power to realize that no matter what is happening at that particular moment, it has no real control over you. But thank you for sharing. I've actually experienced it myself when I was younger. Yes, it is a very scary experience. Totally agree with you, Constantino. Okay, Kimmy says, my dad said they broke the mold when they had me. Laugh out loud. One is enough. So I guess your dad had a great sense of humor, and or has a great sense of humor for that matter, because this kind of a comment would be a comment that I would just literally love to listen to, because you are one of a kind for sure. You are unique. There's nobody like you, and your dad acknowledged that when he shared that with you. Hello, my friend. Hello, everybody. One love for freedom. Love to all. Thanks again. It was more fun tonight. Oh, thank you very much, Dale. Thank you very much. It is a blessing. Truly is a blessing to have all of you here on board and watching this. Me watching this unfold, I should say, with all of you here. I love this. So, this is a nice, beautiful question. What are your thoughts on energy food? Love your content, by the way. Thank you very, very much. Believe it's X. Okay. So, yes, I've said it many times before that energy is everywhere around us. Okay. And when we consume food, we are putting it in our body to digest. Why? Because now when we digest it, we're breaking up that food into energy. Okay. And it is energy, and it breaks up into energy that our body can use, I should say, because everything is energy, including the food. So the type of food you eat is very, very important, 1000%. Okay. Because if you don't have the proper food or the proper nutrients, your body on a cellular level cannot function properly. Now we're talking about our physical body, not who we really are, right? Because who we really are doesn't matter what we eat, does not affect who we really are. But in the physical form, our body, because we are on this planet, obviously, nutrition is key, absolutely. And that's why I was saying earlier about alcohol as well. Alcohol is not a great idea to use if you want to enlighten yourself, I should say, or try to make yourself happy in some way. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with using alcohol. By all means, that's not what I said. I'm just saying that if you are using it to increase your awareness and to connect with who you are, then it's not a great idea. So yes, energy food is awesome. Go right ahead and eat it. Yep, Constantinos, yes, it is Mora. Yes. That's what I thought it is. Kimmy said, you need to be around people on the same wavelength so you grow, not retreat. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And I'm sure Constantinos would know this as well. We had, or maybe there's other people that know this too. Onasi back in the day had said something very, very smart. For those of you who don't know who Constantino Onasi was, or Aristotele Onasi, I should say, who he was a Greek tycoon that just became a billionaire out of his own ways of doing things, right? So anyway, when one day he was asked, what is the key to your success? He turned around and he said, the key to success is association. So I totally agree with you here, Kimmy. Okay, who you hang around with, you become the same person. You either go up to those levels or you go down if you allow it to go down. So yes, association and who you hang around with is very, very important. Okay, Just Jay says, I feel the same. Your teachings are beyond effective. Love your spirit, friend. I'm glad you are on board here, my friend. I'm glad that you see this. Greek, hey? Yeah, not surprised, laugh out loud. Lived in Cyprus for a few years. Awesome. Cyprus is a beautiful place to be. One of the most beautiful places on this planet, if you ask me. Do you see my gifts? Kimmy, thank you so much. The key is, what gifts do you see? That's the whole key. Okay. So for others, what kind of gifts they see in you is not important. It's what you see in yourself, because what you see in yourself is what you are going to project on this planet, on this world. Thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of great people here for sure. Okay. Thank you for sharing, my friends. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you. How are you? I subscribed. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. I love the fact that you subscribed. I don't see it yet active here on my end, but I'm sure if you subscribed, it will pop up sooner or later. The reason for subscription, like I said before, is because in the future, as we are going to move forward, you will be able to communicate with me like this on a one-to-one basis as well, and you will also know my timetable of when I'm going to be going live. Okay, so, and there's other benefits as well. So thank you very much for that. I'm truly honored. Okay, just saw it, your video. I tried it. Okay, that comes from Robbie. That's awesome. Yeah, I have a lot of videos out there. and all the videos that I have are meant for to help everybody grow and evolve, and to realize and to empower you to realize how powerful you really, really are. Okay, so there's a lot of videos out there. I'm not sure which video you saw, but it is. Thank you for watching it, and thank you for liking it. Okay, my energy food was enchiladas. Okay, tonight. Okay, hey, awesome. I like your advice. Thank you very much. I'm truly humbled. Thank you. You are so nice and compassionate. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, compassion. You just touched something that is very, very dear to my heart. Compassion is something that we all have, but we all don't exercise, right? And what do I mean by we all have compassion? I don't know. Let's say we're walking down the street and all of a sudden we see an animal in despair and needs our help, right? We are compassionate enough to run over there and help that animal, okay? But at the same time, we see our fellow humans hurting or something like that, and a lot of us don't reach out to help them, right? So I just want to bring that awareness that compassion is a good thing. Try to be in that person's shoes and see what they're feeling, instead of, jumping and judging them right away, right? We shouldn't judge anybody to begin with, because everybody has their own world. Rick is on board. Hello, my friend Rick. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Okay, doing great. Thanks. Finally, we have rain. Rachel was looking for some rain, and you finally got it. Now, did you manifest this, Rachel, or did it just come? I'm just kidding. Okay, but actually, having said that, I do know a few people actually out. They're from Native Indian background, actually, that do the rain dance. And out in New Mexico, it's very, very popular actually to do it in the U.S. And it seems to be working for them. So, hey, I'm glad you're happy that you had rain, Rachel. And the energy level you make feel is very powerful, is real powerful. Awesome. So, this is how energy works. We feed off each other's energy, believe it or not. So by me being here and doing this live at the same time, I am feeding off your energy and you are feeding off my energy, and we are all feeding off each other's energy, and this is how this just, expands and becomes better and better and better. So energy is a beautiful thing. It's one of my favorite topics, and once we learn how to use energy, we truly become masters. Okay, I'm careful at the words. I don't like using the word manipulate. I have in the past, but I should say just use energy, right? Energy is what everything is all about. What you see in yourself is what you project. 1000%, I totally agree with you. Okay, I'm not sure of them. I was told by many gifted people I do see ghosts and animals that have died. Awesome. So, my friend Kimmy, if I were you, I would use this to, not just to your advantage, but I would use it as an advantage to everybody else that comes in contact with you. Because you definitely have a gift, okay? And since you have that gift, why not use it to better the lives of others, right? So when you see ghosts or you see animals, just by all means communicate with them. They can't hurt you. See what kind of messages they have, right? They might have some very important messages for others. Okay, I am so glad that I made it to your live. It was very random. Wow. Okay, Konstantinos. I'm glad that you're here too. And are you connecting? I know you're connecting from Greece, but is it Athens? Not that it matters, but I'm just curious. That's all. Thank you. Jenny shared the live. Thank you very much. Okay, by energy food, I meant feeding your physical body with source energy. Awesome. Compared to actual foods. All right, awesome. Yes, you can do that as well. You can definitely feed your physical body with source energy. This is what I've been saying many times before about you connecting with your inner body. This gives you inner awareness. Okay, this is exactly what happens when you connect with your inner body. And how do you do it? You just feel your body from the inside out. Okay, and when you feel it from the inside out, when you become really, really good at it, you feel your whole body, and that will extend just outside of your skin as well to what we call aura, maybe, if you want that term. So when you start feeling this energy and it keeps growing and growing and growing, okay, this is what source energy would feel like or feels like in your body. So you can absolutely feed your body with your physical body with source energy, 1000%. Just Jay, haha, awesome, I love this. Konstantinos is from Thessaloniki, awesome. So for those of you that don't know, Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece, and we call it a co-capital actually. It's a beautiful city up in northern Greece, gorgeous city. Thank you for connecting, Konstantino. So Robbie says, I usually do it in the early morning outside, focusing my eyes without moving, and I see all sorts. Yes, this is a very good way of doing it actually. I had the video that I did was actually about that as well. You can do it anytime you want, but if morning works for you, then by all means, you can do this in the morning. So when you focus your eyes without moving them, you are automatically looking through your peripheral vision, and this is one reason why you see what you see. Thank you for sharing, Robbie. Rachel says, hi, my friend. Hello to you too. Love listening to you speak. Awesome. I'm glad that you love listening to me speak, because when I start, boy, can I really speak. Sometimes I forget to stop speaking. I just love speaking, but only when I'm with good company I would speak. Otherwise, I'm actually very, very silent. I'm very quiet, and most of the time you won't even notice that I'm in the room. That's how quiet I can be. No problem. You appreciate the answer? No problem. Okay. Do you have a connection with interdimensional beings? This is awesome. That's a beautiful question. My answer to you would be I directly communicate with my higher self, my inner being, because through that I get all the information and all the knowledge that I need. So, like interdimensional beings, other than like spirits or ghosts or whatever you want to call them, not really, because interdimensional beings could mean anything, right? So yes, I do communicate with beings, but that term, it works. Rachel, yes, I like doing this with the sun. Awesome. I'm glad. The sun is awesome as well to be. Love your videos. Thank you very, very much. All your messages are inspiring. Thank you. And that's what I'm here to do, actually. I'm here to inspire all of you. I'm here to tell you that you are powerful beings. You're multi-dimensional beings of vast proportions. And I keep saying that over and over and over again. Because once you realize how powerful and loving you really are, this life here that you have becomes so much better, so much easier. Just everything just unfolds for you. That's how easy it can become, and it is. We just complicate things without realizing it. Not that we do it on purpose. We just don't realize it when we complicate things. Okay. Kimmy, I'm the same. Awesome. Do you teach classes? That's a wonderful question. I'm going to start teaching classes because I see that the demand is big. And I feel that the universe, if you want to call it, is pulling me towards that direction. And I would really, really love to help as many people as I can. So yes, I will keep you posted when I'm going to start doing this. Susie Q, okay, sometimes when I'm almost falling asleep as I'm watching TikTok, I see fractal like images moving. Awesome. Yes, I wouldn't be afraid of them. I would just observe them. You can't look at them directly because the minute you do that, you would lose them, obviously, because not because they left, it's just because our eyes are not accustomed to looking at something directly for the majority of us. So you can just focus wherever you're focusing, and wherever these images that are moving are coming from, you can actually communicate with them. You can speak to them verbally or non-verbally, and you'd be surprised sometimes at the answers that you get. I wouldn't be afraid. How do you connect this, your kind of spirituality, with some traditional spirituality? Okay, that's a very, very good question, because a lot of times, you know, spirituality is a very vague word these days, right? And there's a lot of different people teaching a lot of different things. And the key here is whoever you listen to, you just take what is good for you at that particular moment. If something sounds good to you, take it. If something doesn't sound good to you, then don't take it. And why am I saying that? Because there's certain things that you come across in life that resonate with you at that particular moment. They might not make sense to you, some other things at that moment, but they might make sense to you down the road, right? So my spirituality, with traditional spirituality, I don't have a problem with traditional spirituality. It's just I just let it be. I just follow my inner guidance, and I let everything else just be the way they are, and I don't judge or criticize anything or anyone. What is that? Susie Q, I don't know. Okay. My master guide shows himself as a man body, but fluid, flowing, no feathers, no features. Okay, I see what you mean. So he's like translucent, that's what you mean. And that is fine. And that's the way your master guide wants to show himself to you, then by all means, that is fine. That is probably because that image for you is, it's okay for you, right? Okay, how significant are dreams, and why can't I tell when I'm in one? So this is a beautiful, beautiful question. Dreams are actually very, very significant, believe it or not. The dream world is not what we think it is. The dream world is actually you going into different dimensions, okay? And I know for some people it might sound a little weird, but every night you leave your body. All of us, every single night. We just don't remember most of the time what has happened. But every single night, this is what happens, okay? Now, you can't tell that you're in a dream because you simply didn't exercise yourself or train yourself to be aware that you're in a dream. But if you simply, just before you go to bed, you just simply tell yourself, okay, I want to remember my dream, or I want to be part of my dream. Don't be surprised if you have what we call the lucid dreams, right? Which you can be in your dream and you can have full control and of everything around you. That's what lucid dreaming is. Lucid dreaming is when you are in your so-called dream, but you know that you are in your dream and you know that you have total control. It's a very, very fun thing to do. And my suggestion to you is before you go to sleep, just give yourself a command, okay, that you're going to remember your dream, or you want to be part of it. Amazing things will happen. Okay, Robbie says sometimes conversations can speak angry. How do you deal with that? So yes, conversations can go angry. The way I would deal with it is simply just don't pay attention to them. Plain and simple. That's no magic trick. Just the more aware you are of something, the more awareness that you bring to it, the universe has a funny way of just resolving that issue. So just bring your awareness and that will resolve. Can our spirit guides touch us on different sides of the body to communicate? Yes, Rachel, they can actually. They can touch you, but not to hurt you. They can touch you just to make you aware that they are there. I've had that happen to me actually at a funeral. And as a matter of fact, it was my mother's funeral. And while I was sitting in the visitation room, I was maybe like a couple of meters away from her, not even. Yeah, a couple of meters, I would say. I just felt a tapping on my back, on my shoulder, and then on my other side, on both shoulders actually. And I turned around. I didn't see anybody, of course. There was quite a few people there, but the people, nobody was directly behind me. They were far away. And right there, right then, I knew that my mother or my guide, somebody was there to tell me that, hey, you know what, your mom is here and she's okay and she's watching you. So yes, they can communicate by tapping onto your body. That's a great question. Do you believe in ancestors? So this is the key with ancestors. We are all connected on different levels. We are all connected. So your ancestors, in the term of ancestors, you will be greeted, or you will meet them even if you haven't met them, believe it or not. That's how strong of a bond you have with even ancestors. So would your classes be taught online or Zoom meeting or in person? So I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything, I guess, but the majority would be on Zoom. Why? Simply because a lot of people that I'm communicating with right here, right now, are from different parts of the world. So the ones that are close to me, I can do one-on-one meetings, person meetings, or I can do like a class meeting if they're around. But there's a very strong possibility that Zoom is going to be the number one choice, and simply because I have a lot of people in multiple countries. Thank you for the question. I'm going to reach out again. I'm going to say, if anybody wants to subscribe, because TikTok is pushing for these subscriptions these days. It's just beneficial for everybody. On your top left-hand corner, I believe, I can't see it from where I'm at, but on your the way you see it, it should be on your top left, I believe. There should be a button where it says subscribe. You can go right ahead. If you wish to subscribe, by all means do it. It's going to be beneficial for everybody. You're going to have more access to me and what I have to say in the future. Okay. Ancestors are always with you. Yes, indeed they are. Okay, weird. I just said facial. Yeah, you did, but I think I know what you meant. Don't worry about it. No big deal. So how to raise your Kundalini? Simply by just focusing on the energy internally. The same thing applies. As I said earlier, when you focus your energy internally, your Kundalini will grow and expand on its own as well. Everything is about energy. We just give it different names. It's all the same, believe me. So Kimmy says, when I see certain people and they speak on what I believe, I am drawn to them. Absolutely. So am I, for that matter. So thank you for sharing that, Kimmy. Yes, yes, awesome. I know that I go to another lives in my dreams. Yes, you do go to other lives in your dreams. You visit. Believe it or not, you have the ability to go to any place you want. This is what astral projection is. This is what out-of-body experiences are. And even, you know, like the near-death experiences that people have, this is what happens. They can travel anywhere they want, and time and space are not issues. Okay, so I am in sync with your content, and you are on point 100% with this loving knowledge. Thanks. Oh, thank you for your wonderful words. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Are cats spiritual? Frank is asking. And my question to you is that cats are very, very special creatures, actually. If you go to Egypt and you see on a lot of the findings that they found in Egypt, even in tombs and all that, you will see drawings of cats. And the reason for that is because cats are very spiritual beings, and they can actually see things that we can't see. So don't be surprised if you have a cat in your house and all of a sudden they just, you know, start looking around and you think that they've gone crazy, but in reality they have not gone crazy. Cats are simply more attuned, and they can see and hear things much, much better than what we can. So yes, cats are spiritual beings for sure. Okay. Okay, how can you connect? How can we connect via Zoom? Okay, so I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to let you know when the Zoom is going to happen. I'm going to set things up, and I'm going to do another live regarding it, or I'm going to even make a video when I'm ready to start doing the Zooms. So Rachel's asking, it costs money to subscribe now. I'm not sure, actually, Rachel. I believe it is, but I believe you do have some options. I'm not sure because it's TikTok that has created this, so I don't know what the cost might be. But for sure, I believe that it does cost something. But I think there's different levels, so you pick and choose. Thank you so much for the explanation of dreams. Do you think reincarnation is real? 1000%. Yes. Reincarnation is very, very real. There are many, many people that have access, and they have memories of past lives. There are so many people, and it is actually mind-blowing. I have met a few of them myself, and not to mention that I have memories as well, just because when I synced in with my true being, a lot of things were revealed to me, but at the same time, I don't let that interfere with who I am right here, right now. Why? Because I am meant to be right here, right now, at this moment, and live this life. And besides, everything, believe it or not, is happening simultaneously. So we see time as being linear, but in reality, time does not exist. I've even made a video on that. Time does not exist for who we really are. Everything is happening at the same time. I know it's hard to recognize this in our physical being on this planet, but that's how it works. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, yes, I have 2 cats. The one is ancient. Awesome. That is awesome. Yes, cats are very spiritual. Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. Okay. Enjoyed the conversation. Night. Okay. Good night, my friend. Take care. I'm glad that you enjoyed the conversation. There's only one present, the now. Yes, absolutely. There is only the now. 1000%. All right. So on this note, I'm going to thank everybody for being here. And I'm going to thank you all for joining. Whoever wants to subscribe, please go right ahead and subscribe now. That option will not be available once the live is over. You can only subscribe while I'm being live, right? So I want to thank everybody for your beautiful, beautiful comments. Thank you, Rachel. Love you as well, my friend. I just am truly humbled, and I truly love all of you. Okay, thank you. And remember, no matter what you do, be the greatest you. Love and light to all. Wherever you are, have a great time. Bye-bye.